We were talking earlier about the guy who warned that there was somebody going after Trump. Gee, thank you so much. So I'm going to play just the short, very beginning of this really quickly.
So we had a party here all day. At the, you can see behind us at the Brinkles Farm and Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up. And probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here, I have no idea, you know, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle.
All right, so he was warning the cops for 7 to 10 minutes that, hey, there's a dude up there with a pew-pew at the president. Again, I wanted to play that right before because, so I played that earlier, but this is what I was getting at right here. The Candace Owens response. Robert, Diana, hi, Diana. Robert, thank you. Candace Owens response. Listen to her carefully.
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Let me say something right now. Take this to the bank, okay? That person was allowed to scale that roof, okay? I am not some individual who's trying to assess the situation and have never been around the president of the United States. While Trump was in office, okay, was around him a lot. And let me tell you something. The Secret Service, there is no person that can get around the perimeter of the Secret Service where Donald Trump is without them being aware of it. I am not kidding when I say that my husband once almost got shot by the Secret Service because he came down a staircase. I was speaking at the NRA, and he snaked in and came down, and they didn't know who he was. And they were like, freeze, 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 freeze. Like, we will shoot you right now. So you're telling me that guy walked up and was trying to get the attention. The Secret Service saw him, and he's pointing, and he's saying, this guy's got a gun, this guy's got a gun, and they're pretending they don't know what's going on? I mean, am I crazy? Do you guys actually believe this was a failure in intelligence? All of these Secret Service agents crawling around, and you don't think just what that guy said, that is common sense, okay? They're trying to now tell us that common sense is a conspiracy. That is the new thing that they're trying to tell the public. Common sense is a conspiracy. You're telling me this guy was able to walk up with a rifle in his hand and scale a roof, and you don't think the Secret Service... And let me tell you, they get there days before. Let me tell you how a security apparatus is supposed to run. Days before, they get in and they look at every possible angle in which somebody could hurt the president, okay? And I'm not even talking about once you get to the Secret Service. I'm talking about if you just have security in general. Before you speak, they will go, hey, this is the stage? Okay, let me tell you. That right there is a problem. They'll mark that as a spot. That right there is a problem. We need to know who this person is. They'll knock on doors, okay? They got to figure out every possible angle that any individual could potentially get on a roof, because you know what? This has happened in the past. People have been shot from roofs.
All right, guys, she brings an awesome point too. Spoob, Raiders, thank you so much. It's not that just this dude got on top of a roof with that in his hand, and you had that redheaded dude telling the cops, hey, for 7 minutes straight, hey, there's a man on the roof with a pew-pew in his hand aiming at the for 7 minutes before that. Dude, you can't just walk up to the president with something like that in your hand, okay? So how did he even get anywhere close by with a big giant pew-pew gun? I just said the buzzword at the end. With a big giant pew-pew, right? And dressed in like all green, and he's carrying a rifle, and he's going to the president. And come on, guys, come the hell on. And then you guys seen this, the Secret Service guy with the scope? He watched him, and as after he started pew-pewing then he took him out. Like, dude, why did you allow him to do the pew-pewing? You had him in your scope, take him out. They waited till after he shot. I'm like, dude, that's more than suspect, dude. They did this shit on purpose, man. They did this shit on, to me, everyone sees it. Oh my God. They allowed it to happen. They wanted it to happen. That's my personal opinion. Like, dude, there's no possible way for Joe Biden to win the election. So they found a way. I mean, holy freaking smokes. Go ahead, Shelley. You wanted to add something, and then I'll go to Chief. Go ahead, Shelley.
Sorry, I was responding to Shining Water in the comments. But doesn't it remind you of a song? Like, there's a man with a pew-pew over there. Stop, children. What's that sound? You know what I mean? It's like so ridiculous.
Oh, I remember that song.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm older than you, so I remember all these. But lads, it's
listen.
ridiculous. There's a guy, like, I mean, seriously, there's a guy on the roof, and there's an ex-president and potential presidential candidate, and nobody does anything. You wouldn't even get that in Ireland. Like, they wouldn't even allow a cow up on the roof. So it's madness. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
It was the BBC. You can't trust the BBC over here. It is the worst news channel.
Oh, and who runs the BBC by chance? Which group of individuals run the BBC? Who owns the BBC?
Exactly.
Is it the same people who own CNN? Is it the same people who run Fox News? Is it those same people?
Yes, it is. It is.
Wow!
So
wow! What a coincidence! It's like an international thing, isn't it? Interesting.
I mean, I haven't watched the news for years, but I've got to say this spiked my interest because at exactly the same day I was watching the Mawassi bombings, and my heart was breaking, and I thought, Christ on a bike, this is the distraction that people need.
Hold on. Could you please go back to that saying you just said? Christ on a what?
Christ on a bike.
Christ on a bike. That's an interesting British saying. I've never heard that before. Well, Christ on a bike. Christ on a bike, everybody. God, Christ on a bike. Well, Christ on a bike.
What are we going to do?
Christ on a bike.
Really bad. Been over here, we're showing just absolute BS. It's like, oh my God, Christ on a bike. You know?
That's funny. All right, a poll just finished. Here, let me read the results of this poll because it's actually pretty interesting. Thank you to everybody who voted. If it was staged, if the Trump incident was staged the other day, who did it? Was it Trump himself? 44% of the chat room believes that Trump did it himself. 10% of the chat room believes that Biden and the Democrats were behind it. 45%, which got the most amount of votes by 1.5%, believe the Zios. Dude, that's kind of crazy. Here's what's nuts, everybody, is if you blame the Zios for anything, just like any random thing, somebody trips over a rock in the middle of the street. If you blame the Zios, you know what's crazy is you have like a 70% chance of being correct. I used to be so conspiracy theory, right? I was never into don't believe it, don't believe it, don't believe it. It is what it is on TV, right? And then, oh my God, did everything like 80% of all the conspiracy theories I've ever heard in my entire life turned out to be true. The General, thank you so much. Listen, in the past 9 months, here's some conspiracy theories that, like me personally, conspiracy theories that I heard, I did not believe. I looked it up, it turned out to be true. Israel has skin banks where they collect dead people's skin and hoard it. No, that turned out to be true, and you can look it up. PubMed.gov, it's a government website. No, they show Israel has the biggest skin bank in the world where they collect people's skin. They steal people's skin.
Eyes, kidneys, hearts.
Yes. Another one was the ginger cows, which we laughed about for many, many months. You guys remember the ginger cows? The ginger cows, where Benjamin Netanyahu is he raised 4 red cows so that he could sacrifice them and bring the Antichrist. And I was like, dude, that's the most ridiculous shit I have ever heard in my life. It cannot possibly be true. Okay, it turned out to be true. And not only is it true, but South Park made an episode about it. So, I mean, unbelievable. And then here's a funny one, everybody. Here's a super duper funny one. The General, thank you so much. This happened about a half a year ago, okay? So for over a year, there was a guy in a New York City apartment, okay? He lived in this apartment in New York City, and he was always posting on his Twitter account this weird conspiracy theory. He says, guys, I live in the bottom floor of my apartment in New York City, and I swear, in the middle of the night, at nighttime, I hear Jews underneath my house digging tunnels. And for sure, that man is crazy, and that could not possibly be true. And then it turns out, oh my God, it's true. They were digging tunnels underneath New York City.
They filmed them coming out, didn't they? Like little creepy.
Yes, I've seen that. All right, yeah, for the ginger cows, everybody, where they're trying to, yeah, you guys can look up the red cows. And yes, that's not it right there. South Park made an episode about it. So you can see how Benjamin Netanyahu is, the South Park episode goes in a slightly different direction because it was like freaking, I don't know, like 10 years ago they made that. But yeah, go ahead. The ginger cows, it's many articles from the, all right. Ange, thank you, Soup. What's up?
These psychopaths believe this, the heifers, they need to sacrifice the heifers, and it's like, oh my God. They believe
I
it.
know, they're nuts. So, guys, anybody who's trying to raise the Antichrist has skin banks and also has people digging in tunnels under New York City. Dude, I'm willing to believe just about anything right now. I mean, really, oh my God. This is less crazy. Like these theories right here, it's less crazy than the red cows. I mean, for real. Ange, thank you so much. Angels, you're next. Thank you, Ange. Angels, go right ahead.
Hey, Eric. Okay, so I sent you something on your DM, and I sent it to Shelly, too. I just saw a post from a friend of mine, and I was trying to get him to join the live, but it looks like he's not available. Wally Rashid, he's a real major influencer, and he posted something, and it's all over. If you Google it, it's all over, different sources. But his source is Bloomberg. So I wanted to play this so that you can hear it.
Their advertisement. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the 20-year-old who shot Donald Trump, was briefly in a BlackRock advertisement. BlackRock confirmed this today. Crooks was one of the several students who appeared in the background of the 2022 ad and was unpaid. The ad was filmed at Bethel Park High School, where Crooks graduated in 2022. The company did not describe the content of the ad, but said footage will be made available to authorities and that it will be removed from circulation. I actually saw the ad before it was removed from YouTube. He's maybe in a 5-second portion of it, but he's actually not in the background. There's a whole frame of him alone. However, he is just in one 5-second frame of a larger ad. The assassination attempt on...
Oh, I'm looking at it. Ange, Angels.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have the advertisement. Hold on. Someone sent me the actual advertisement. So I have it right here. Hold on. Okay, so guys, this is the kid who just assassinated. All right, so he attempted Donald Trump. This is him in a BlackRock commercial. I'll explain what BlackRock is to anybody who doesn't know in a second. The evil freaking empire of who's.
My name is Brian Lalo. I teach AP and Honors Economics.
That's him.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, hold on. I gotta rewind. It's really, really quick. Okay, so this is the BlackRock commercial. 1 second. I'm gonna point him out really, really fast.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics.
That's him right there.
Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that...
All right, so we have a screenshot of a still shot. So he's only in there for a few seconds. Well, I think he appears later on too, someone
My
said.
name is Brian.
Fast forward. Yep, that's him again. He's in there a second time. That's him right there. That's him right there again in the commercial. And this is for BlackRock. Look at that. See that, everybody? BlackRock. Oh my freaking God. And here we go. So this is Thomas Matthew Crooks. This is his parentage. His family: Matthew, Brian, Mary, Elizabeth, English, Scottish origins. Mary and Matthew, who are reportedly in their 50s, identify as blueberry. They're blueberries. He is a blueberry and from a blueberry family. No shoot. He was in a BlackRock commercial, and he's a blueberry. Oh my freaking God!
If you Google it, guys, you can find it. Okay, it's all over Google. You'll find different sources. It's out there.
Oh my
but
God!
Nobody's talking
He
about
was
it
in a
news.
BlackRock. Oh, okay. For anybody who does not, all right. Let me do a quick explanation of what BlackRock is. Very, very quick. So BlackRock is run by Larry Fink. BlackRock has about $8 to $9 trillion in assets. BlackRock is a hedge fund company. Okay, what they do, like what APEC does to our government and what the ADL does to like our college system and setting the rules for social media. BlackRock is Israel's powerhouse institution that makes sure that all businesses conform to their social rules, so that all businesses are in Israel's favor. BlackRock, what they invest, they take people's money and invest it for them and give them a cut, and they keep a cut. But while investing, because if you buy up a certain amount of shares in a business, you have controlling interests, and you can make that company conform to your policies. Even if they don't like it, you can make businesses do social programs. And here's Larry Fink of BlackRock himself. Let him explain it. Here it is. Larry Fink of BlackRock.
Behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors.
Okay, people are going to have to change, and you have to force change. You have to, Shelly, 1 second. You have a little bit of static coming from the thing. You have to force people to change, and you have to force behaviors to change. That is Larry Fink himself. What have they done? You guys remember, all right, the reason why Starbucks and McDonald's do what they do and everyone's boycotting them, BlackRock made them. BlackRock owns shares in Starbucks and Apple and Microsoft and Raytheon and Google and everything. Remember Bud Light? This is way before October 7th. Remember in America, everybody, Bud Light and Target stores. Remember how they were pushing social agendas that most Americans disagreed with, and everyone started boycotting Bud Light and Target. They didn't want to do that. BlackRock owns controlling shares in Bud Light alcohol and also Target, and they forced them to. So BlackRock is Israel's hand control over our economy to make sure that our economy works for Israel and practices subversion and wokeness, whatever you want to call it. So that's what BlackRock is. And Mr. Crooks was actually in a BlackRock commercial in his family's Blueberry. Ain't that some crazy, crazy, creepy stuff? Everybody, our friend here just mentioned a whole bunch of assassination attempts. Reagan was one. Here's one that most people do not know of. All right, so after John F. Kennedy was taken out in Texas, okay, when he was sitting president, he was got, okay, and then he was unalived. Then, this is what most people forget. John F. Kennedy, like he was a very famous president. His brother, Robert F. Kennedy. Robert Kennedy ran for president. Robert Kennedy, while he was running for president, was exiting a building. An assassin got him. He was unalived while running for president. Because right now, it's the same thing. This dude is not president. Trump is not president. He's running for president. So same thing. And most people forget about Kennedy. Now, I'm bringing up something else crazy. So John F. Kennedy was taken out while in office. Robert F. Kennedy, his brother, was taken out while running for office. His son, Robert Kennedy's son, JFK's nephew, is running for president right now. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is running for president. He is third in the polls. Trump, Biden, RFK, Jill Stein. That's polling data. RFK was attempted, someone tried to take his life during a speech last year. The media was not covering it. Because they know, like, if you try to take somebody out and you fail, you just made him like super duper popular. So they covered up his AA. This is the picture of the guy who tried to assassinate the man whose father and uncle were assassinated while running in office. See this dude right here? He dressed as he's not a police officer. He made that up. All right. This man right here in California, while Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was going to give a speech at like some Hispanic convention for Hispanic voters, he put on a fake police badge, fake. See that right there? That's real. But yeah, fake ID, fake badge, fake everything. He walked in there going up to the presidential candidate and was gonna, and then his security forces realized like, hey, dude, you're not one of us. What are you doing here? They interviewed, they found like, holy crap, this dude is faking. He's here to take out the presidential candidate. And they arrested his ass. So that was something that you can look that up. Look at RFK Jr. I think it might be a buzzword, but the unalive attempt of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has happened last year Around this time, I think. All right, everybody, poll, upper left-hand corner of the screen. If it was staged, who did it? Perfect wording. Thank you. If it was staged, who did it? Vote, upper left-hand corner of the screen, white blue button with a timer on it. Trump, did Trump stage it himself? Biden and the Democrats, the Zios, Putin, or China? Listen. I'm speculating. I don't know. I'm going to vote. I'll vote C. All right.